because words matter.
Andrew Gwynn.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I will be voting for an immediate ceasefire tonight because the fighting needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. But I will be doing so on the basis of the motion amendment that was set out so eloquently by my right honourable friend, the Shadow Foreign Secretary. Because words matter. And it matters that we call for a ceasefire, not a unilateral ceasefire, but a ceasefire of both sides. Otherwise, it's not a ceasefire. I want to make sure that the offensive on Rafah does not happen, that we get aid into the Gaza Strip in the quantities that we want to see. Aid wasn't mentioned in the SNP motion, that the ICJ provisional rulings are implemented and upheld because international law matters, that we get a two-state solution and a peace process, that we tackle the wrongdoings in the West Bank. The illegal settlements have to end. But we also need to make sure that there is justice for the Palestinians and we get that Palestinian state. None of that was in the SNP motion. Now, I will give way.
There's no water or oxygen in the SNP motion. Does he presume, therefore, they don't want water or oxygen? Don't be so silly, man. You know exactly what this is about. This is about stopping the killing now.
Steve Davell.
Sure, Mr Deputy Speaker. I don't think there's anyone in this House, or in fact anywhere else, that doesn't want to see a ceasefire in Gaza. I'm sure we've all been deeply moved and concerned by the horrific sights we've seen of the suffering of the people in Gaza. And no one wants to see an escalation. And I would add my voice to those saying to Israel, think very, very carefully before escalating your action into Rafah. But a real ceasefire has to be an agreement between both sides. And as this point has been made previously, the one thing that is so glaringly missing from the SNP motion is that utter condemnation of the action of Hamas of the 7th of October.